Thank you very much, Freak. I'm standing by with our second finalist in the 1v1 tournament, Caps, as he unseats the two-time defending champion in Uzi. We have to remember, he won in Barcelona and again last year. How does it feel to 2-0 him?
It feels so good, honestly. Like, I always wanted to come here to the All-Stars just to play this 1v1 tournament, and I am even more excited that I finally beat Uzi because he always ends up beating me. So I can't even, like, it feels unreal.
I mean, let's be honest. While watching, in between games, I saw a little bit of a jitter in those hands there. You were just on a World Finals stage, and you're jittering up here in the 1v1. I mean, talk about the difference in intensity of a 1v1 versus the team-oriented setting.
I mean, honestly, I was just very, very nervous playing up against Uzi because, as I said, he's beat me so many times. And I ended up having like some of the wrong runes, some wrong summoner spells, and I made a lot of mistakes, but I ended up winning, so I'm happy.
So where did the thought process come with the picks? Because a lot of the players I've been talking about have said mid lane champions is where it's at for the 1v1s, but you pulled out the Aatrox into the Orianna, so why were you lunging for some of these other style of champions?
Well, I saw that Uzi didn't use flash in the other games, and I knew he was like I was banning so that he was like on an immobile AD carry or mage. And with Aatrox and Yasuo, if I can get to him and he doesn't have flash and he's like immobile, then he's basically dead. So even if I drop a lot of CS, then that works.
Yeah, well, the prep was there. I want to ask you about your finals opponent in Pabu coming out of the OCE. He has taken down some huge names, Faker, Rookie, just to name a few, Double Lift as well. So how are you feeling about that matchup against him?
So I haven't gotten to see like all the matches, and I'm definitely surprised that he managed to make it. So that's going to be an interesting final. I'm probably going to go watch some of the games and see how he did it and what he did it with. So that's going to be fun.
All right, well, you got a bit of time to do that. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me, Caps. Congratulations on making it to the finals. We're going to toss it back over to Shox at the analyst desk for a word.
Thank you. Now, I don't think you can ban this guy out. I don't think you can do anything. I'm here with the legend, Pabu, and also another legend, Dumbledoge. But first, man, I got to go to you, Pabu. What's going on? You're the best 1v1er at the tournament, almost.
I mean, I'm just playing to my strengths, you know, sticking to what I know, just picking my top lane champions, and it seems to be working so far. So if I keep on going with that, I reckon I can take it all.
Yeah, Dumbledoge, what are you making of this unlikely run?
I mean, I think he's lucky that he's not a support main, because you don't have a lot to offer in a 1v1 if you're support main. I mean, only time I farm is when a minion has 50% HP and I hit it with my Relic Shield stack.
Yeah.
So I think he's lucky to be top lane main, and he's doing amazing.
Yeah, you are. I mean, that is a good point, because as you're a support and you're just picking within your own champions, you're not going to get very far. So what do you make of your opponent then, Pabu, Caps?
Caps is a legendary player, you know. He's someone that I've, been watching throughout his career, and I don't know, he's incredible. So I'm, super honored to be here and get to play against players of these caliber. So I don't know. I mean, it's definitely a winnable match. The gap isn't, incredibly huge, but I'm gonna try my best. So
I think you will win.
Pardon?
I think you will win.
Oh, you think I'll win?
Yeah,
maybe.
I believe in you.
Why is that?
I saw his games, and when I feel top lane, I play Fiora, and his Fiora was really good. So I'm rooting for him. Also, rooting for an underdog is always better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of you. I hope you win as well. Sorry, Caps. But let's take a look at some of the highlights, and I believe yours will be in there as well, because there were some crazy things. Also, this was the first one, so walk us through this. So what are you thinking?
I mean, I just wanted to walk forward, because I knew he thought I would walk back, so I just wanted to walk forwards and dodge all his Qs. That was the plan. So if I kept walking forwards, he would just miss them. So that was the idea behind my movements.
And then here, of course, I think he thought that you were just going to back off, but you were like...
he thought...
Were you talking to him?
Yeah, there's a couple words I can't repeat, but, I don't know. I just thought he thought I would walk backwards because I had no summoners, so there was no reasonable way for me to get on him. But
yeah. Also, this was crazy. I don't know if you were able to catch his double. This was insane also. Bang is going to go in a second. There we go. Oh my god. And the tower. And they survive.
Whoa. Rookie is actually nuts.
Yeah.
The first flash was incredible. I don't know. I forgot that he picked up the Lucian flash, so I was super surprised when it happened. That was very smart play.
Isn't it crazy that isn't it crazy that in 1v1s, like, you're like, oh, this is a better player, they should win, but it never turns out that way.
Yeah, it definitely has its own meta, and anyone can win except support mains.
Here we go then. The best moment, the final moment. Oh, How did that feel?
It was incredible. I was so close to losing. Like, the second game, I was one hit away from death, and it managed to pull it out. So, you know, that felt amazing, you know, to clutch it out like that.
So, I mean, the first time, like, you beat Doublelift and you beat Faker, so at that point, you're like, oh, well, I'm just going to win the whole thing right now. I mean, what does this guy have? He just beat Uzi, that's all. Like.
Oh, only Uzi. Just one of the most legendary players to ever play.
And also, I do want to give some praise to Caps, but because it wasn't easy matchups, you know. He picked that Yasuo in the first one. He went in on Aatrox. He had the right timing, so there's a lot to look out for.
Especially in the Yasuo game, he played very smartly around like Uzi's summoners, and the way because typically like the flash isn't super valuable, but the way he made use of it in baiting out Uzi's summoners and killing him later was very intelligent.
Yeah, it was awesome, and this is then the bracket that we are left with. When we came into today, I think we thought it was going to be completely different, you know, almost. I mean, especially the Faker Pabu. Let's be completely honest. But I love it. Who doesn't love an underdog? I mean, you've been an epic underdog as well at big tournaments. It's fun.
It's definitely relatable for me. And it's not just because he's an underdog. I seriously believe that he can win. And that's why I think he will win.
That's also, like, what does this mean for OCE?
I don't know. I didn't expect to be here in the first place. So, you know, I'm just super happy that I can, you know, do my best for the fans and show that Oceania isn't nearly as bad as everyone thinks it is.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think that's what I saw on Twitter the whole day. Everyone's just proud. You've like fixed everything. Like, everyone loves you guys, so it's going to be amazing. What are you guys planning to do on this final day? Are you playing any more modes? No, because it's the 1v1 final, and then it's China versus Korea. So you are done. How do you look back?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you look back?
I mean, it was definitely a fun event. It's always good to just play for fun because I'm that person who never plays these fun modes.
No.
And it was definitely fun to play like tandem mode and Nexus Please. Especially if you play with amazing people.
Yeah, I mean, you have the best name for tandem also because everyone just becomes dumb. That's great, Dumble, whatever. All right, well, thank you guys very much for joining me. Pabu, the best of luck. I think a lot of people here are rooting for you as well, so knock them dead. We're going to take a quick break in a minute, but first, at All-Star this year, MasterCard is, of course, surprising fans of the day for using their MasterCard at the merchandise store. Sally and Jessica today from North Carolina were surprised with behind-the-scenes access to the MasterCard VIP lounge. And in that lounge, they got a chance to meet Doublelift and Shoutcasters. They posed with champion weapons as well. They also got to snap a pic with Doublelift, who got knocked out by Pabu in 1v1, by the way. Maybe that's relevant info. No, they got to have a little chat with them. They got to draw as well. What is that? A heart? Pose with some awesome weapons. Yeah. And they got a priceless treatment in the lounge. So good luck to you. We're going to take a quick break. And when we return, it's going to be China and Korea squaring off on Summoner's Rift. Don't go anywhere.
Tana keep mind his. Oh, that's the W. He keep on having.